Hey there, Charlotte Jacobs from Thrive Academy, and let's talk about the three biggest dangers facing coaches and holistic practitioners right now during this pandemic lockdown, and what you can do instead to not just survive, but actually thrive during these unprecedented times. Now, I understand that you might be feeling scared, you might be feeling overwhelmed and having a lot of uncertainty, and I totally get it. Before I got some of the distinctions that I'm about to share with you, Jesse and I were really like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Balancing between trust in the universe and freaking out. So I totally get it. And I just feel really grateful that we started making pivots right away and we're able to make these shifts. And we're not feeling scared at all about the future now. And if I can give you that in this video, then I will have done my job. As a matter of fact, we're feeling stronger than ever. We just led a live Zoom event for over 300 of our members through these strategies, like all about how to get through these strategies through Corona times. And it was awesome. Like, our members are on fire right now. They're making some massive stuff happen in their lives. They're getting new clients, they're keeping clients. So I'm excited to share about that with you. And I just really want to invite you right now to calibrate yourself to my certainty if you are feeling that uncertainty, because I've got some ideas for you, some things that you can do differently. So you're going to hear some strategies that will lead you to hope and some ideas of things that you can do. And I'm going to tell you how you can get access to the deeper dive on everything that I'm going to be sharing with you during this video. And you'll be able to do that for free. So before I get into the three biggest dangers, I want to talk about how the decisions that you're making now will have an impact on you and your business for the next few months to a year. So let me bring up my screen here. All right. So we've got a little graph here with our, we've got the x-axis and the y-axis. We've got time on the x-axis and results on the y-axis here. And I'm going to draw a line kind of like if we can just imagine there was a time, if we kind of think about how things were before, it's kind of our basic average line here, right? The average line that you were working on. And maybe your business kind of looked, something like this. Maybe you kind of went up and down, and maybe you got some work with a mentor and you kind of started going up, things were going in a good direction before. So here's the thing though, with the times that we're in now, and I'm not trying to scare you, but with the times that we're in now, we are headed into a recession, and that's been made really clear in the news. And so how are you going to respond to that? Well, here's the deal. If you respond by not doing anything, by, collapsing, falling apart, it's probably going to look something like that for you and pretty fast, right? If you keep doing things the way that you've been doing them, you might be able to bump along, but it's probably going to also go in that direction as well. And pardon my drawing, you'll just have to live with that. I'm doing it with a mouse, not a pen. So, however, here's the thing is that these decisions that you make right now, like the decisions that you make right now, are really going to change your future. They're going to change your future from the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months to a year. We don't want you to have to start all over when we get through this recession. So there are actually, like, if you do the right things right now, if you actually take the right steps and you do the right things, you make the decision right now to make these changes, your business could look like that. And if you do all the right things, if you take all the right steps, this could be a game changer for you. Like, this could be a huge opportunity for you to really grow and to grow fast. So my question for you was, what kind of decisions are you going to make today? The reality is that what we're going to be seeing right now is that everything is going to be drawing things downward unless you make those decisions to stay strong and to, instead of collapsing, getting into creativity, and instead of panicking, getting into possibility. And so I want to give you some options for how you can make those shifts right now. So I want to share this model with you that we've been working on with our team here for a little bit. Let me bring up my screen again. All right, so as soon as we realized that we were going into this economy that we're calling the Corona times, we knew it was time to lead our members on how to get through it. And we just led an event where we gave them all of our templates that we just created on these remedies that you're about to discover. So let's go through the overview of the 3 biggest dangers and how to avoid them. So the first danger is, and maybe you're feeling this right now, is that clients are canceling. Clients canceling, right? All right. So you've got clients canceling, and this causes, lost income, which means you can't pay your bills, and then it leads to a bunch of stress. And then, you might even start to doubt the value of your work. And of course, what we want instead is we want clients to stay and pay. We want clients to stay and pay. So there are 3 strategies for how you can do this. So the first thing I want you to think about before we get into this is, why do you think your clients are asking to cancel or to pause, right? It's because they're scared. They're uncertain about their future and they are panicking. And so they're just looking to cut costs everywhere, and they're not differentiating between a cost versus an investment in themselves. So we've got 3 strategies to deal with this and to help you prevent client cancellations right now and help those clients to stay and pay. So the first one is, let me get my color here, right? The first one is we've got to work on your mindset, like a positive mindset. Okay, so we've got to work on your positive mindset. Now, here's the thing, is that you're not going to be able to support your clients to move from panic to possibility if you yourself are in a state of fear. Now, just like I asked you to calibrate to my confidence earlier in this video, I want to invite you to move yourself from that, on that scale, from panic to possibility, from collapsing into creativity. Now, I understand that you're going to have moments where you're feeling all the feels, and there's a lot going on in the world right now, and a lot that you could be going through right now. And it's okay to let yourself have moments of collapse, but then you've got to pick yourself back up, and you got to really show up for yourself, for your friends and family, and for your clients right now, because they're really counting on you to be a leader. For example, I'll give you one place where we can adjust your mindset right now. You might be sitting there believing that all the money is gone and that everyone is broke. Now, while it's true that some people are really struggling right now, some people have lost jobs or they've lost clients and they're having a hard time, I'm not negating that. However, there are plenty of people who are still out there. They're still getting paid and not working right now, and they have nothing to spend their money on except for entertainment, home entertainment. There are also people who are working harder than ever right now, and they're dealing with a whole other host of problems that they weren't dealing with before. So there are some tough circumstances that people are dealing with who also have plenty of money, and their circumstances have nothing to do with lack of money. So, parents, for example, having to figure out how to homeschool their kids and still get their work done. So many people are really stretched to beyond their capacity right now, and they would be happy to pay you to work with them. Now, this is just one small mindset shift that we could help you with, but please just stop acting as if the money has all dried up, and don't act like everybody needs a discount right now, all right? So that's strategy number 1, is to shift your mindset. Now, the second strategy here, and this is kind of a 2-part strategy, is you need to reposition the value of your work, and you need to increase the service level. So here's the thing. If the work you do right now occurs as a luxury, it goes into the cost category. So we've got to support our clients to differentiate between cost and investment. Now, if your work is all about luxury, then it's going to be a problem. So right now, you're probably going to get lots of cancellations, but we need to go from, like right here, nice to have, to need to have. Nice to have to need to have. And that's one of the things that you're going to do by both repositioning the value of what you have to offer, as well as increasing the service that you have. So you've got to make that pivot of what you're offering to current clients to likely provide more support during this time. So there was a saying, a friend was recently saying that this is like a wartime economy, which I don't like the metaphor, but the reality is that we're in a different type of economy right now. And we either need to give more for the same or the same for less. I'd rather have you giving more for the same. So if you keep doing things the way you were doing, if you keep teaching the same stuff that you were teaching, if you keep, sharing things in context of what you were sharing before, it's just going to seem like a luxury, and your clients are going to think this is irrelevant and they're going to go somewhere else. So you've got to support your clients to create a plan to get through this specific time. If you don't, you're not likely to have a business within the next couple of months. Now, when we first realized what was happening, we immediately added way more coaching for our members. We increased the level of support so they would be crazy to try to keep their business going without us. And we created COVID-specific templates to help them keep their clients from canceling, to help them enroll new clients even during these times, and to help them pivot how they're delivering their service if they needed to do that. And since we've done that, we've had no cancellation requests from our members. So that's strategy number 2, which is to reposition the value and increase the level of service you're offering. Now, our third strategy right here under this one here is you've got to be able to use your heart selling skills. And heart selling is going to be absolutely essential during this time, to have compassionate conversations to support your clients to move toward what they really want in their lives. We recently gave our members a new heart selling template to help them keep clients who want to cancel because of the pandemic. And they're getting results with that already. So those are the 3 strategies for remedying clients that want to cancel. All right, so that is the first biggest danger, which is clients canceling, and I gave you some strategies for how to deal with that. All right, let's talk about the second biggest danger for coaches and holistic practitioners right now, and that is, I'll move this down here, and that is harder to enroll new clients. Maybe you've been having this experience right now, right? That this again causes lost income. Like maybe you were thinking about growth before, and now you're like, geez, I just want to keep the clients I have and enroll enough new clients to like keep it going. But we've got to get beyond just surviving here, because this can put you into a state of fear. And if you start to realize that if you can't get new clients in this economy, that your backup plan of getting a job just is not really an option any longer, unless you want to work at Amazon or Zoom. So we want you to instead go from harder to enrolling new clients to instead getting to the yes, right? To having enthusiastic yeses with new clients, and having people be excited to work with you. Now, we have 3 strategies for this to support you. So the first one, and this kind of similar to what I was talking about earlier in this first strategy, was that we have got to pivot your messaging. You've got to pivot your messaging, meaning that how you talk about what you do on social media, on emails, on text, everywhere has got to be relevant to what your ideal clients are dealing with and struggling with now. For example, we were actually supposed to release a brand new set of videos. We created this really fun new campaign that was designed to help you find your niche. And, you may have heard that you need to find a niche to get clients. And it was super fun. We put thousands of dollars into this campaign. We had this great giveaway. And it was just such a great, I loved it. I'm so excited for when we can finally put it out. They were funny, entertaining, and I do think you'll love them when you finally get them. But we scrapped all of it. We put it all to the side. And instead of that, we're giving you support with what you're dealing with right now. You get this, you get how this works. So everything we're putting out there right now is about how to have your business survive the pandemic lockdown, because that's what you're struggling with right now. And if we just put stuff out about niche, yes, it's important and it's somewhat relevant, but it would just be too much to rework that. So another example is that we love to highlight our members after they've had their best month ever or their $10,000 month. And we have Thrive Academies who are members who are rocking it in your business right now because they're already making the pivots that we've suggested. But if we were to start talking about people and how they had their $10,000 month when things are good, it wouldn't be relevant right now. Like nobody cares how somebody was doing and what they were doing when things were good. So we shifted to talking about making necessary pivots And, just again, just was really easy. Like within 4 days had, over 300 of our members sign up to join us at an event that we just led that was all about making those necessary pivots to survive the pandemic. That's the power of pivoting your messaging. And we'll be actually talking more in depth about how to pivot your messaging during our event on April 7th called The Pivot. All right, so that is strategy number one, is pivoting your messaging. The next pivot that you make, and you probably already figured this out, is that you have got to attract clients from home. You've got to attract clients from home. Now, there are 8 ways to do that. We've been helping our members create their game plans since they can't be doing some of the usual things that they used to do to connect with potential clients. So I'll be sharing a little bit more about that in a moment. And then 3, more than ever, and this is related to hard selling, but it's just a specific piece of hard selling. More than ever before now, you have got to become masterful at transforming concerns. You've got to become masterful at transforming concerns. So I know, and by the way, I know there are a lot of business coaches out there that talk about overcoming objections. I hate that language because I just think it implies, like, it objectifies people, and it implies that their concerns are not real, and they're real to them, just like your concerns are real to you. So we want to be more respectful in those conversations. And we've been teaching our members a template that's specific to transforming concerns during Corona times. When times are good, you could get away without being good at transforming concerns because you could talk to enough people, and things were good enough that people were just looking at like self-actualization and up-leveling their lives. Now that times are, we're headed in this different type of economy, you have got to be awesome at transforming concerns. And it's going to be one of the most essential skills that you need to master right now. So those are ways to make it easier to enroll new clients. And the last of the 3 biggest dangers, and this is especially for you, is if you're a hands-on body worker or some kind of a hands-on healer, is if you're not online. So if you're not set up to attract and deliver clients online, you're probably realizing that now is the time to do so. So we need to move you from not online to getting yourself, obviously, right, online. And that you've got to find clients online and be able to work with them online. So many of our members actually had a hybrid model, and we're seeing some clients online and some in person. But again, this is a must for the times that we're in. So let's talk about the 3 strategies to overcome this. So one of the first things that you need to do is you need to be able to attract clients online. And for the past 15 years, we've taught our members how to attract clients through a variety of strategies. Many of them were speaking to get clients because it was like a super fast path. It was easy. It gave them credibility. It was really a great way to get their schedules filled with clients that they loved. But there are no speaking gigs right now unless they're online speaking gigs. And the thing is that when you're doing a speaking gig online versus offline, it's a different deal. And it's likely not going to be an option for a while. So you've got to be able to use social media. You've got to be able to use email marketing, webinars, online workshops, for example, to attract your ideal clients. We still recommend that your marketing lead to a consult. And we even updated our consult template for our members so it was specific to Corona times. So you've got to know how to use all of these online methods to attract the clients right now, but you don't have to do all of them. You can get good at 1 or 2 of these methods and do a great job of reaching your ideal clients online. So don't get overwhelmed and thinking you have to do a million different strategies. You just have to be good at 1 or 2 of them. All right, so for a lot of you, here's the next thing here, the next strategy, and we need to pivot your service delivery. Right, so if you are currently working just in person with your clients, for some of you, it's simple as moving in-person sessions to Zoom. But for others, you need to really figure out how to do your work differently right now. So there are specific things you need to do so that your clients still get the benefit of working with you when they're working with you from their own homes. And we found that a lot of our members are finally getting that kick in the butt to create that group program that they've been meaning to launch. Now, again, if you are a hands-on practitioner, like, my heart goes out to you. We've been working with our practitioners to figure out a way to get them online. now is really the time to show up for your clients and teach them some things they can do at home to take care of themselves. I know for myself, like, I can't wait to see my massage therapist and acupuncturist and chiropractor when this is all over, right? But in the meantime, what can they do for themselves? So we've got members that used to see their clients in person, but have pivoted most of their clients to online sessions right now. When you are thinking about moving from in-person to online, it's also got to be a great experience for your clients. So let's put that in there as a great experience. All right. So it's got to be a great experience for your clients as well. So a friend, recently I talked about framing this as what's happening as a wartime economy. Like, things have changed. Again, it's not like the whole economy is down. It's like it's like different industries are doing better right now and other industries are suffering. So, not my favorite metaphor again, but some industries are doing great right now. Zoom and Amazon are doing great right now. They're trying to figure out how to keep up with everything, while brick and mortar businesses are having to make big pivots if they want to stay in business. And people are having to be really, really creative right now. One friend of mine coaches gym owners, and she just was able to get all of her gym owner clients to get their classes and workouts online within a week's period of time. Another one coaches salon owners, and they were like having like these salon owners like mixing hair color and baby food jars and delivering. It's time to get creative, right? It's not time to collapse. And people are really loving what is possible on Zoom right now. This is the only way we can connect with people outside of our home space. And when we just led our live event, again, we had almost 300 people on the line at any given time. And even after 3 days, people didn't want to leave when the event was over, because we did so many things to make it such an engaging experience that people absolutely loved it. So here's the thing. When you have all of these strategies to make your business pivot, like to make these important pivots in your business, you can go from panic to possibility. You can go from fear to confidence. And my favorite is that you can go from collapsing to creativity, because this is all of what this is about. And it's going to take creativity to guide you through this. And it's really hard to do it alone. And we would be so honored to support you to make these pivots. This is why we created this brand new online event called The Pivot. It's happening on April 7th, and you will walk away with a game plan to help you make the pivots you need to help your business not just survive during this time, but to actually thrive. Again, you can make those decisions that can have you really, really thriving during this time. Now, an event like this would normally be $1,000 tuition, but in order to help you out as you're moving through the uncertainty of this time, we invite you to apply for a full scholarship and attend as our guest. Just put your name and email address into the form on this page, and then fill out a few more questions on the next page to see if you qualify for a full scholarship. We are on a mission to help the most committed coaches and holistic practitioners go beyond surviving and move into thriving during this time. The world is not ending. This isn't the time to collapse. This is not going to last forever. We are going to get through it. It's time to get creative and adapt to the circumstances so that you can serve your people more deeply and step into leadership in the best way possible. The emotional imprinting that's happening for people right now, as things are in this intense level, like, they're going to be more connected to you if you show up as a leader right now in this time than any other time. So this is one of the best times to be a coach, a holistic practitioner, or a transformation leader. People need your support more than ever right now. So this is your time, and the time is now. I hope we'll see you on the Pivot event.